Morning 2A. So today we are going to talk about summarizing. So we talked a little bit about summarizing while we were at school, and a reminder that summarizing is a short way of retelling a story to somebody without retelling all the details. So we pull out the most important parts of our story and we retell them to somebody who might want to read our story. So if you remember, we used our card Somebody Wanted But So Then to help us remember how to retell a fiction story. So on Thursday, we'll talk about how to summarize a nonfiction story or an informational text. But today we're going to talk about and review how to summarize a fiction story. So remember, we always start with somebody. So somebody means who is the main character. We want to share who the main character is, the most important character. So somebody. Then wanted. What did the main character want? But what was the problem in the story? So how is the problem solved? And finally, then what happened at the end? And we did a worksheet like this at school where we read a story and we talked about somebody wanted but so then. And then when I go in to write the summary of the story, I use all of the transition words here except for somebody. Remember, we get rid of somebody when we're writing it out. So when I'm writing out the story, I don't use somebody. So let's say the main character's name was Joe. So if I started with Joe, I would say Joe wanted to go to the park, but it was raining outside. So Joe and his sister decided to do a puzzle at home. Then they finished the puzzle and ate cookies. So remember, I don't use the word somebody when I'm writing my summary at the bottom. I start with the person's name, but then I do use all the other keywords. I use wanted, but, so, and then to help guide my summary. So that way it goes in the correct order and it includes only the most important details from the story. So what your assignment for today is going to be to complete the beach day summary story. So this story will be here. There's also going to be a Google form for it that I will put up. So if people want to summarize this on a Google form, they can do that. So you're going to read the story and then use crayons or markers or colored pencils or whatever you have to highlight the important parts. So you'll notice that they give you colors here. So somebody is pink. So once you find the main idea, circle, underline, whatever you need to do in pink. Then wanted is purple. So once you find out the main, what the person wanted, then but is our problem, so is our solution, and then is how our story ends. So a reminder to find these, and then you're going to write into the summarizing chart. If you want to write a full summary after, you can do that as well, but it is not required. But if you want to go on and rewrite the entire summary of Joe wanted to go to the park, but it was raining, you can do that. But right now we're just looking for you to highlight and write in the most important details that answer these 5 questions. So if you have any questions or you run into any problems, you can send me a Class Dojo message or an email and I will get back to you as soon as I can. I hope everyone has a terrific Tuesday and I hope to see many of you at 6:30 tonight for our Zoom call.